May I ask you to introduce yourself and tell...
Raji Surani, I'm a lawyer, director of the Palestinian Center for Human Rights.
So as a human rights activist, what can you say as a witness, as a resident of Gaza about this Operation Protective Edge?
The more you are precise, the best answer you take from me.
Did you witness attacks against civilians? And if yes, do you think that they were happening accidentally or on purpose?
I'm deeply rooted in Gaza, and my family goes generations in Gaza, about 9 centuries here, and I'm all my life, I'm 61, waiting living in this part of the world. I attended all major events of Gaza, including the last 2 wars. What had happened here in the last 40 days, in simple words, unprecedented. Sometimes I feel I'm speechless, regarding what had happened here. It's shocking because you have one of the strongest armies on earth with the most high-tech equipments, and we know and we saw and we felt on our skins that they are in a deliberate, intentional way put civilians in the eye of the storm, and they killed, injured thousands, and they destroyed massively and applied Dahya doctrine, and the Shijaiya doctrine as well has been applied, Khuza'a, Beit Hanun doctrine, Beit Lahiya, Zanna, Rafah. This resulted almost 500,000 Palestinians became refugees. They are not satisfied with that. They targeted tens of families, which has been thoroughly raised. Abu Kawari and Najjar, we are talking about Batish family, the Hello family, talking about Hamad, Hajj, many has been raised entirely, 27 members, 26, 22, 17, 14, and they deliberately, said this is our policy, we want to target, families. They targeted hospitals, they bombarded operation theaters, they bombed ambulances, and they killed nurses and injured people inside it. They did more by bombarding the power station in Gaza, the only power station we are having. They bombarded the sewage system, they bombarded the water motors.
And now there is a water crisis.
There is hundreds of factories has been razed and destroyed, tens and hundreds of millions of dollars only lost in factories. They erased entire green areas in Gaza. No safe haven in Gaza, no safe place in Gaza. Around the clock, 24 hours. Apache, F-16s, drones, tanks, artillery, gunboats were bombing in one of the most dense populated area on earth. 2 million people living in 365 square kilometers. This is, very, very complicated war crimes, and the problem, Israel received license to kill. U.S. allow this to happen, and they endorsed the right of Israel to do that. Same thing. UK, Germany, France, they also, said they are supported the Israeli retaliation, this belligerent criminal occupation, when it do war crimes, the daylight, and these war crimes broadcasted on air live, they endorse it, including the bombing on UNRWA schools, where hundreds of thousands of refugees has been there. So yes, what had happened here, real serious grave breaches, real serious war crimes, Israel practiced in simple words, rule of jungle.
I am accused by people who say that I did not cover war crimes committed by Hamas, that I did not report, or that I refused to report about war crimes by Hamas. Are there war crimes by Hamas during this operation?
Israel want to deny us even the right to be victims. And when we are victims, they want to blame the victim. They want to blame us because we forced them to kill us. This is Kafka. This is ugly. This is miserable. I'm here. We are a professional. We are credible. We are independent. We know what we are doing. The whole world knows that Israel committed war crimes. It's not secret. Not a single international human rights organization didn't say Israel committed grave breaches and war crimes. None of us saw Hamas single fighter during the war. A single fighter. I challenge you. Because all of them were in the front and after the borders. They were confronting the Israeli soldiers. They were doing resistance. Hamas part of us, part of our national movement, part of our political movement. They have the right and the obligation, like any Palestinian under occupation, like any Palestinian or free person on the globe want to get rid of the occupation. They just resisted the occupation. Israel claiming they used civilians as a human shield. Shame on them. Israel used us as a human shield. Israel executed tens of people. And all what I'm saying, it's not blah blah. This is not lecturing. This is not politics. We have the proof. I have the proof. I'm a lawyer for the last 35 years doing one thing: documenting, reporting, publishing, and filing cases on war crimes Israel committed. And as I said to you, Israel try to derail the discussion about one, they are belligerent occupation and they are doing war crimes. And we want to have an end for these war crimes and to stop its aggression.